Alright. We're going to cook some dinner on our alcohol stove. I'm going to cook up about close to 4 cups of water. Cook some rice, and I'll put some tuna fish in it. Herb and butter rice. Just a little cheap 95-cent pack that you get at Food Line. And we're going to add some pouch tuna and dig in.
Did I bring it out already?
What's
oh, yeah, I did. You ready to start the film?
It's filming.
The red light's not on. Where is it? You see it?
Yeah, it's on.
It's on? Gonna make some herb and butter rice with some chunk light star-kissed tuna. We've got both of these from Food Line, as my dad said. Our stove is what you'll find on YouTube and whatnot as the Super Cat stove. And once you play around with it a few times, you come up with something that really works. Doesn't matter how much wind there is, I found out that you always need a windscreen.
It's your portion.
So we're going to go ahead, get fired up here. You want to allow the stove about 40 seconds to prime. Before you put your pot on there. So we're going to prime her up a little bit. Then we'll set our pot on there. And cook away. Look at that tuna over there. Put that trash in that bag.
Oh, we're going to burn the trash in the fire. Right?
Alright, looks like our stove is all primed up. We're going to go ahead and take our pot, heat it up a little bit on the bottom right before we set her down. Make sure she's centered pretty good so we don't fall over. Alright. Go ahead and take our lid. Throw it right on top just like that. Now we're going to stir it every couple minutes because, you know, with this flame it'll burn the bottom of your pan pretty quickly. So, with that being said, you know, we'll stir it frequently. That's why I just leave the spoon right in there. Yeah. Alright, right now Paul Sr. is going to go up a hill. He's going to try and find us a tree to throw the rest of our food around. Hang it from, probably about 15-20 feet in the air. Black bears do climb very well. We're still cooking over here. Waiting to get a good boil. the idea is we bring two cooking systems, because this right here, that I'll show you the Super Cat stove. But that Super Cat stove, that thing has one speed and it's pretty high. So after that Super Cat stove goes out the first time, we switch to this right here. It's a sterno can. You can buy them anywhere, Walmart, usually $1.99 each. And this sterno can will burn for 2 hours, so it really saves you on fuel consumption. But it's a lot lower flame, so it's good after you got your initial boil. You switch it to the sterno can, and you can cook from there as long as you need to. So it really makes a good combination. You save a lot of fuel. I carry a little bit of, we use heat to power our Super Cat. I carry a little bit in this little dishwashing container, and then I carry a whole full bottle in the water bottle pocket of my backpack. So I'm gonna go ahead, mount the camera up, and give our food a stir, see how it's coming. We got a nice big flame under there. That's thickening up very nicely. Alright, just a couple more minutes and I'll switch you guys back on as soon as we go ahead and move to the sterno stove, and I'll show you how we do that. I'll prep it and everything, let it warm up for probably about 2 minutes for the sterno. I'll let it warm up before I turn the camera on. Alright guys, we're back. Now, I'll give you a look. We're going for about 6 or 7 minutes, and we are boiling. So now that we no longer, and the stove will go out anytime now, because it's I don't know, you could probably cook after boiling 4 cups of water. You probably have an additional 1.5 minutes of cooking time. So that's what we did. We boiled about 4 cups of water plus the rice. So we should be running out anytime. So I went ahead and primed the sterno can. Had that turned on. That needs to run for about 2 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and switch our meal to that sterno can. Alright, and it'll barely continue to boil. Now the reason we're gonna do that is, look, we're about to go out right here. The reason we switched to the sterno can over here is just so we can finish cooking the rice up and heat up the tuna that I'm about to throw in there on top of everything else. Alright, our Super Cat stove is at its end. Alright, she's out, so we're just going to push all this to the side. And I'm going to get the tuna. I'm going to throw it in our pot. After I throw our tuna in the pot, I'm going to put it back on the sterno, heat up the tuna, and then it'll be bon appetit. Alright, now we went ahead and we threw our tuna in to our rice. We're going to let it cook just enough to heat up the tuna, evaporate some of the water out of it on the sterno can I told you about, our slow cooker, so we don't waste all our fuel. And then we'll eat, and we'll tell you how it tastes.
Thing of tuna was like $3.50.
So that big thing of tuna was $3.50. The 2 packs of rice were 95 cents each. And
Delicious.
This is what we came up with. We each got a pretty good serving of tuna and rice, and it actually came out really good. I was surprised myself, because I experimented with something similar. It didn't come out so hot. But we did pretty good here. So we're gonna get our area cleaned up, eat dinner, get our area cleaned up, go hang our trash in a tree, light a fire, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.